Hello, folks. This is Ray from Costa Rica again. This time, you'll enjoy Central Market from the point of view of a local, which is so important. Now, we slice up the discussion and we will see some of the interesting facts about that place. But I'll let you know, Costa Ricans great and are very friendly people, mostly because the country has been very peaceful over the years. The democratic government really works and is efficient for the people. Yes, in the best way, democratic systems might work. But so the people are not naive, they're very warm. In other parts of Latin America, with many warfare and many social differences, people might not be so friendly. But in small towns, they might be amidst their difficulties. Costa Rica is our natural flavor. We are regarded as a happy nation on earth. That doesn't mean that differences do not exist. That doesn't mean that xenophobia might not exist. That might not mean that many ways of style might not be well seen down here. In a way, Costa Rica is patterned after Catholicism of 200 years back. The priests in our country have a lot of power over the people. No, this is not so liberal as Holland. You might not expect this to be, or San Francisco. No way. However, people can enjoy the lifestyle. Now, in Central Market, there are things that are really important for you to know. Mesoamerica spreads out from southern Mexico all the way to part of Panama, where there's mountain range going with volcanic activity between the Atlantic and the Pacific. And there's some flatlands as well. But most of it is highlands with big mountains. In Costa Rica, you'll get ones at 9,000 feet above the sea level. Now, what's the matter with that? The Indians used to live in those places. So herbs and fruits grow not just in the flatlands, because if you go to Brazil, you see the jungle in the Amazonia, and you don't see it as so difficult and tight in the forest as it does down here. Well, it really does in a way, but it's in a different sort. Costa Rica spends or has 25% of its territory is national park. It spends a lot of money in the budget of the nation in conservation. So what does it mean that the Indians know a lot about herbs that has taken a lot of time even before Columbus? We have, for instance, and we're well known for the Indian witch, Abrunca, and we always mention him in our words when you need to go to the Indian witch so you will be healed or relaxed about your ailings. As Scotland is well known for whiskey, for which I have no delight. All those distilleries they are not good for the body. Italian food is well known. So this part of the Americas is at the same level, if you go around the other part of the world, as Thailand and all those areas, Cambodia. And so many of the things that they grow, we do grow too. However, cocoa is natural, is from Central America, as well as tomato. I'm not trying to make bad comments about some of those industries that you do have in Europe. For instance, in Switzerland or even in Belgium, they make good chocolate. But come on, you get the cocoa out of a tree everywhere down here. Not in the very high lowlands, right in the middle ones between high and low. And you green them and add some sugar or whatever, because this is chocolate, sugar milk. The Dutch created it. And add some special flavors. And then you got chocolate, even what is better as that? The Mexicans have a tradition of more than 400 years. They're really masters of that. So, what does it mean? So, we're better known for herbs and fruits than other places in the world, Scotland, so as to say, Italy, or other countries, but we're best known for that. In fact, a German I met some time ago, he told me that there's a lot of variety of carrots and different colors in Germany. Yeah, but the ones we grow down here are up in the mountain where lavishettes and the tropical climate has made those lands some of the richest ones in the world. You know, for instance, that near Jakarta and Java Island, there's a lot of volcanic activity, and there are 100 million people living there. How do they survive? Out of the lands. They grow, they produce, and they survive. So what does it mean? It means that in the tropics, so as to say, people are healthier. They last longer. The lifetime is longer. And they don't get that old that soon. In the Americas, in the North America, and in Northern Europe, they have a lot of chemicals in their food. Or they have food just in the winter time, using those from the summertime. I met a sweet woman some time ago on a seminar. Some ancestors dating from Sweden. And she told me that they drink a lot of whiskey. And I told her, I'll see you in 20 years, but into the future, in 30 years, to see who looks better off, you or me. I drink a lot of fresh tropical food, which is rather cheap down here, and have some herb teas. And you know, I'm pretty okay. But I don't want to talk about myself much. So one of the problems too is, well, for instance, Puerto Viejo and Limon. Okay, the Sukias, which is called the Indian wager. The Sukias know a lot about those herbs. The Negroes that came from Jamaica to build the airport were not allowed into the highlands until 1935. They were in lowlands. But they kept their culture and their exotic ways, and that's why it makes Costa Rica different to Panama. And for instance, you have some foods that pertain to them. They make fruits out of coconut and banana, wonderful. And they have their own restos, and so you go over to Viejo, and they're in the bus line up, waiting for some blondie from some place to pick them up and enjoy some of the food and the rest of philosophy and, you know, whatever else. So the restos and the blacks mixed up with the Indians and made Puerto Viejo a bombshell, which is the same, my German friend from Germany that I made down here. He said, no, I'm going back to Puerto Viejo. Things are more natural down there. And I said, but where do you go back to Germany? I like to live back in Germany. And wow, I like the lifestyle and the culture and whatever, even though I play violin and piano. He said, no, I had a good job there, but I enjoy the tropics better. Now, yeah, and so to say, it's not everybody counts for those goals in mind, but yeah, there are a lot of herbs there, and you know, unfortunately, drugs also brought from South America, cheaper, and some like marijuana, you just grow them down here if you want to. This ideal climate, however, the police is very strict and is trying to keep a balance. This is not a really banana republic. So as to say, no, you don't do whatever you want to do, whatever you want to trade. You can go to jail if you break the law. And drugs are forbidden. You are allowed to keep in your pocket certain amount of marijuana, for instance, and cocaine, but no more than that. Okay, and there are police enforcement down here. But the thing is, he enjoys the place, and I say, "Hey, wait, you want to go back?" "Yeah, I'm going back." "You're not going back to Germany for now?" "No, I'm very happy there." I call up my friend Rubio and tell him about the story and say, "Oh, come on, there's a lot of foreigners down here, and they enjoy, whatever they want." And I say, I understand why this guy go back to Puerto Viejo. And I'm not judging him, but I figure out he's into some, you know, whatever, and so it also damages your body and your mind. So as to say, now you understand something about what's going on. And I recommend you to visit Puerto Viejo. No, I'm not telling you that you smoke drugs now, but it's quite a mix. It's so weird. But you'll find medicines. Now in the supermarket, you will find some medicines too, and some herbs. And we Costa Ricans are very familiar with them. Or sometimes go to the Sukia to find out what ailments can be cured with your medicine. To keep in mind that even in some part of the country, there are many snakes, and they even created some herb antidote to it. Now, the thing is, but don't worry about it. Costa Rica has one of the 4 institutes, and they produce anti-venom vaccines. And you are safe. You can go right to any clinic, and they keep a storage of them, and so not so many people die out of that. So you can figure out that Costa Ricans are well known for pharmaceutical products, even from the Indians. Well, the blacks are not much into it, or the Instituto Cloromiro Picado in San Jose, and distribution all over the country is efficient. Costa Rica has proved to have the best health system in Latin America, in many ways better than that of the U.S. And there are clinics and hospitals in every town. Well, let's see you next time in Central Market. See some of the herbs and fruits that we drink. Oh, at the same time, I have a time with my juice mix. Okay? So I think I drink healthy, So enjoy the day. Oh yeah, I'm a painter too. This is a Quetzal bird. You find it in Monteverde, the most beautiful one in the Americas. They is regarded as a very sacred one by the Mayans and the Aztecs because it doesn't survive inside or in jail, in a bird jail, because it's a jail for them. And you see the feathers are long, and the Aztec kings used to put it on top, and as a status that they were the kings. Enjoy the day, enjoy Costa Rica, and let me know about your comments and your questions.